In the heart of the ancient city of Samarra, where the spice-scented winds whispered secrets through bustling bazaars, there lived a man named Farid, a merchant so wealthy that even the caliphs nodded in respect. His caravans stretched across the desert like golden serpents, his vaults overflowed with coins that clinked like rain, and his home, more palace than house, boasted silk drapes, jeweled fountains, and guards at every door. But Farid was not happy. No one knew this, of course. To the outside world, Farid was the epitome of success. But each night, as he lay alone beneath his embroidered canopy, he stared at the ceiling and felt an emptiness even his vast riches couldn't fill. One day, an old man in rags stumbled into the marketplace. His beard was white as desert salt, and his eyes held a strange brightness. He set up no stall, sold no wares, and carried no money. Yet people began to talk. They said he gave away smiles that eased the weight of hearts. They said he told stories that made beggars weep and rich men think. They called him the dervish. Farid ignored the rumors until he overheard his most trusted servant laughing about how the dervish had turned down a nobleman's gold, saying, "What would I do with more of what binds men?" Farid, irritated and intrigued, sent for the man. When the dervish was brought into his marble courtyard, Farid studied him like a curious relic. "You are poor," he said plainly, "and yet you turn down gold. Why?" The dervish smiled. "Because I have all I need," Farid scoffed. "Need? Do you know the comfort of silk, the taste of foreign fruit, the safety of guards at every door? I know the joy of giving a child a loaf of bread and hearing her laughter," the dervish said softly. "Tell me, Farid, when was the last time you gave without expecting something in return?" Farid frowned. "Business is not charity." "Nor is happiness a ledger," the dervish said. He leaned closer. "But if you truly wish to know a secret more valuable than all your treasures, meet me at the edge of the city when the moon rises full." And just like that, he left. Farid was left disturbed. That night, he paced, torn between mockery and curiosity. But as the moon crested high and white over the domes of Samarra, something in him stirred. Perhaps it was the quiet, perhaps the loneliness, or perhaps the ember of something long extinguished. He went. At the city's edge, under the skeletal arms of an olive tree, the dervish waited. "You came," he said, eyes gleaming. "Good. Are you ready to see what wealth truly means?" They walked in silence through winding paths and into the slums Farid had never dared enter. There, where the walls crumbled and the air reeked of smoke and sorrow, the dervish introduced him to a blind boy who sang like a nightingale, to a woman who gave half her soup to her neighbor, to a crippled man who taught orphans to read with the books he rescued from trash heaps. "These people have nothing," Farid whispered, "and yet—" "They smile more than you do," the dervish said simply. That night, something shifted in Farid. He began to return, quietly at first, in disguise. He brought loaves of bread, warm blankets, jars of honey, not in grand gestures, but with humility, as if relearning the world. He helped a boy fix a broken wheel. He paid for a widow's medicine, and each time, something strange happened. His heart felt lighter. Then he did something unimaginable. He sold his largest caravan. Word spread like wildfire. "Farid has gone mad," the merchants whispered. "He gave the profits to beggars." But Farid smiled quietly and continued. He sold another caravan, then his prized sapphire ring. Then he opened a school in the poorest quarter of the city. But one night, weeks later, thieves broke into his estate. They emptied his vaults, overturned his fountains, and vanished with the last of his gold. Servants fled. His high walls could not stop misfortune, it seemed. When the dervish found him sitting among the ruins, Farid laughed, not bitterly, but as if something inside had finally broken free. "They took everything," Farid said, "and yet I feel clean, lighter than I've ever felt." The dervish nodded. "Now you're rich?" "Rich?" Farid chuckled. "I have nothing left but a ruined home and worn sandals." "But you have eyes that see, ears that listen, hands that give," said the dervish, "and now a heart that beats for more than gold." The city changed with him. People, inspired by his transformation, began sharing what little they had. Rival merchants funded schools, a spice trader built a hospital, a young baker offered free bread on Fridays. Years passed. Farid, once the merchant of golden caravans, became the humble keeper of an orphanage. Children called him Uncle. He told them stories by candlelight, shared meals on clay plates, and smiled in a way he never had when he sat upon jeweled cushions. One evening, as the sun bled into the horizon, the dervish returned. He was older, thinner, his beard now silver threads. Farid bowed with respect. "You gave me a treasure I never knew to seek." The dervish smiled and said nothing. Instead, he placed a small scroll in Farid's hands. It read, "The secret of the merchant is this, that gold may build walls, but generosity opens doors. That to fill your vaults is easy, but to fill a soul, that is rarest of all." And with the fading light, the dervish vanished, leaving behind only footprints in the dust, and a man richer than any king. The end.